We shift our focus to this story now. The Gauteng Director of Public Prosecutions has assured the families of Life Esidimeni victims that he will expedite the decision on whether to prosecute former Gauteng Health MEC Qedani Mahlangu and former Director General Dr. Makgabo Manamela for the deaths of 144 mental health care patients who died after they were moved from Life Esidimeni to ill-equipped non-governmental organisation shelters in 2016. Today, the families and friends of those who died submitted their memorandum of grievances to the Gauteng Director of Public Prosecutions. SABC News reporter Dludla has been following the story and joins us this afternoon. She shed a bit of light on the matter. Calvin, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. So, the families of those victims have decided to take their fight to the doorstep of the NPA. Before we get to the demands, just take us through the background of the story, a recap of where we are now.
Good afternoon to you, Mfundo Mabalan, and to our SABC viewers at home. I'm becoming a regular guest here.
Indeed. And
I'm enjoying it. We went back to, we were in Pretoria today, as you have mentioned in your introduction, that they went there to give, to deliver their memorandum, their grievances to the NPA. Life Esidimeni is a very old case. I think most of our viewers would recall in 2015, that is where all this started, when the Department of Health here in this province of Gauteng, under the leadership of Qedani Mahlangu, they decided to close Life Esidimeni in 2015, and then they transferred patients to NPOs. At that time, civic organizations and other groups, they complained, they had concerns because the department did not have a proper place to move these patients. The NPOs were ill-equipped and understaffed. To come 2016, they were moved. And you would remember that there were other family members that were complaining. We saw one of them today, Francine, that they didn't know that their patients were moved, and others were even moved multiple times before the family would know of what was happening. Late in 2016, the tragedy struck. Patients died, and Qedani Mahlangu and Dr. Makgabo Manamela were on the headlines, and everyone and were saying, "Oh no, what happened? What did you guys do?" People were crying. You would remember very well that they ended up opening an inquiry that was headed by former Chief Justice Dikgang Moseneke. And then thereafter, we move to July, now where a judge therefore released a judgment that some, I think we need to mention that to our viewers at home, some deaths.
Yeah.
They are saying Qedani Mahlangu, the former MEC of health in this province, and the former head of department at that time, are
Dr. Manamela,
liable for some deaths. If I'm not mistaken, that number is 9. Yes.
And then now you had the families picketing outside the NPA. They handed over their memorandum. What are some of the demands that were there?
Yeah, before we go to the memorandum, let's start here. You would remember that I think 4 or 5 years ago, the Director of Public Prosecution in this province, Gauteng, that would be Advocate Sibongile Mzinyathi, they said that they won't prosecute anyone. They won't prosecute anyone in this case because they don't have substantial evidence that can link anyone to the death of these patients. Today, they went back there, and he took time to come out to accept the memorandum. He came along with other staff members, officials from the NPA, and then when he addressed them, he told them that they regret the loss, and they are willing to work hand in hand with the families and all those who are affected to speed up the process. They didn't say that they are going to prosecute former MEC and former HOD. No, they didn't say that.
But possibly expedite the process to come or arrive at a decision as to whether they can prosecute or not.
Yes, what the families and who needs now is the speed up of the process
to take a decision.
To take a decision to say, these are the people that are liable, because the family members are convinced that the death of their family members had to do with the former MEC Qedani Mahlangu.
All right, Calvin, thank you very much for that update. That's SABC News reporter Calvin Dludla there, who followed specifically that picket today.